Have you ever stood in front of your mirror, really looked at yourself, and wondered when you started looking so much older than you feel? The spark seems dimmed, the polish seems gone. But I need you to understand something crucial. It's not your skin. It's not the passing years. It's that safe, boring haircut you've been hiding behind, the one that drains the color from your face and adds a decade of heaviness you don't deserve to carry. What if the secret to looking like $1 million wasn't in expensive creams or treatments, but in one transformative cut that brings back your light? I'm about to show you 5 haircuts that wealthy, elegant women over 60 are quietly getting in the most exclusive salons. These aren't your typical senior styles. These are sophisticated, age-defying cuts that sculptors use your bone structure like a work of art. And here's what shocked me. One of these cuts, which I'll reveal at number 1, actually makes you look up to 15 years younger instantly.
No exageración.
I've seen it transform women who thought their best years were behind them. But before we start, I need to warn you about something. There's one extremely popular haircut that almost every stylist will suggest, and it's actually aging you faster than anything else. I'll expose exactly which one to avoid at the very end of this video, so make sure you stay until then, because if you're currently wearing it, you need to know immediately. If you're ready to reclaim your elegance and turn heads everywhere you go, hit that subscribe button and let's begin. The timeless layered bob. Let's start with a cut that's been gracing the heads of sophisticated women from Park Avenue to Beverly Hills, the layered bob. But this isn't the blunt, heavy bob your mother wore. This is a meticulously crafted masterpiece that works with gravity, not against it. The secret lies in the layers that start around your cheekbones and cascade downward, creating movement that draws the eye to your best features. What makes this cut pure elegance? It frames your face like expensive jewelry, softening your jawline while adding structure where you need it most. The length typically falls between your chin and shoulders, that sweet spot that says refined, not trying too hard. And here's the luxury detail. When cut correctly, it requires minimal styling. Just a quick blow-dry, and you're out the door looking like you've spent an hour at the salon. Women with fine hair especially love this because the layers create an illusion of thickness and body. It moves when you move, catches the light beautifully, and here's something you'll appreciate. It takes years off your appearance, without looking like you're chasing youth. The elevated pixie cut. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. A pixie? Isn't that too drastic? But hear me out, because this is where true confidence lives. The elevated pixie is what I call the quiet wealth haircut. It's what women who've stopped seeking approval and started living for themselves choose. This isn't a cropped, masculine cut. It's a carefully textured, feminine style with longer pieces on top that can be swept to the side, giving you softness and versatility. The sides are tapered, not shaved, creating a silhouette that's both modern and timeless. What I love about this cut is how it showcases your facial features. Your eyes become the focal point, your cheekbones get highlighted, and suddenly those elegant earrings you've been collecting actually get noticed. Here's the real magic. This cut requires the least maintenance of all 5 styles. You wake up, run your fingers through it with a tiny bit of product, and you're done. No more standing in front of the mirror for 30 minutes with a round brush. No more bad hair days that ruin your mood. And for those of you dealing with thinning hair or a sensitive scalp, this cut eliminates the weight that's been pulling on your roots for years. The relief is immediate, and the compliments? They never stop. The long layered cut with face framing. For those of you who've always had long hair and can't imagine parting with it, I see you, and this one's for you. But we're not talking about long, flat, one-length hair that drags everything down. We're talking about strategic, face-framing layers that bring dimension and life back to your look. The key here is keeping length past your shoulders while adding graduated layers that start at your collarbone. These layers create movement and prevent that heavy, dated look that adds years. But the real transformation happens with the face-framing pieces, delicate layers that contour your face, disguising jowls, softening a strong jawline, and drawing attention upward to your eyes. This cut works beautifully whether you wear your hair straight, wavy, or curled. It's versatile enough for your country club lunch and elegant enough for evening events. And let's be honest, there's something undeniably luxurious about long, healthy hair at any age. It defies expectations in the best way possible. The secret is keeping it nourished, glossy, and expertly cut, so it never looks like you're holding on to the past. This says, I take care of myself, and I refuse to follow arbitrary rules about what women my age should or shouldn't do. The sophisticated shag. Remember the shag from decades ago? Forget everything you knew. The modern, sophisticated shag is having a renaissance, and wealthy women are embracing it for one simple reason. It's effortlessly chic. This is the haircut for women who want to look polished without looking stiff, elegant without being uptight. The sophisticated shag combines short, feathered layers throughout with slightly longer pieces around the face. It has texture, movement, and a casual elegance that whispers rather than shouts. What makes it perfect for our age is how forgiving it is. It doesn't require perfect styling to look intentional. A little natural wave or texture. It enhances the cut. Fine hair? The layers create instant volume. Thick hair? It removes bulk while maintaining body. This cut also does something remarkable with your hair's natural texture. Instead of fighting against it with straighteners and products, it works with what you have. It's wash-and-go sophistication, perfect for women who have better things to do than spend hours on their hair. Style it with your fingers, add a texturizing spray, and you're ready. It looks expensive because it looks easy, and we both know that easy elegance is the ultimate luxury. The asymmetrical lob. And now, the cut I promised you, the one that can genuinely take years off your appearance instantly. The asymmetrical lob, or long bob, is a masterclass in modern elegance. This is what I see on the most stylish women in their 60s and beyond, the ones who look like they have a secret the rest of us don't know. Here's what makes it transformative. One side is cut slightly longer than the other, creating visual interest and a contemporary edge without being trendy. The length typically grazes your collarbone on the longer side, with the shorter side sitting just above. This asymmetry does something magical. It creates angles that lift your features, making your face appear more sculpted and youthful. The lob itself is incredibly flattering because it's long enough to be feminine and versatile, but short enough to look fresh and modern. It frames your face beautifully, can be tucked behind one ear for an elegant look, and works with every face shape. Whether you have a round face, square jaw, or long features, the asymmetrical lob adapts. Add some subtle highlights or lowlights, and you've got a look that screams expensive salon, elegant lifestyle, woman who knows her worth. But here's what really sets this apart. It photographs beautifully. In our world of video calls, family photos, and social media, this cut always looks intentional and polished. It has movement, dimension, and sophistication that translates through any camera lens. The truth about aging and hair. Now that you've seen these 5 rejuvenating cuts, I want to talk about something deeper. Something that goes beyond haircuts but affects how we feel about them. Somewhere along the way, society told us that reaching 60 meant becoming invisible. That our job was to fade into the background, to stop taking up space, to accept whatever hand we were dealt and be grateful for it. But you know what I've discovered? The women who look the most elegant, the most alive, the most magnetic at 60 and beyond, they're the ones who rejected that narrative completely. They understood that this chapter of life isn't about diminishing, it's about refining. It's about knowing exactly who you are and presenting that to the world with confidence. Your hair is one of the first things people notice about you. It frames your face. It's part of every first impression, every conversation, every photograph. When your hair looks outdated, unkempt, or like you've given up, it sends a message you probably don't intend to send. But when your hair looks intentional, modern, and well-maintained, it tells everyone that you're a woman who values herself. I've heard from so many women who say they feel guilty spending time or money on their appearance. They'll spend freely on their grandchildren, their homes, their husbands, but when it comes to themselves, suddenly it feels selfish. Can I tell you something? Taking care of your appearance isn't vanity. It's self-respect. It's acknowledging that you matter, that your presence in this world has value, that you deserve to feel beautiful. These haircuts I've shown you aren't just about looking younger, though that's certainly a wonderful side effect. They're about looking like the best version of yourself. They're about walking into a room and feeling like you belong there. They're about catching your reflection and smiling instead of critiquing. They're about other people seeing your hair and thinking, she's got it together. She takes care of herself. She's someone worth knowing. The hidden damage of the wrong cut. Remember at the beginning when I mentioned there's one popular haircut that's actually aging you? It's time to reveal it because if you're wearing it right now, your next salon appointment needs to fix this immediately. It's the blunt, chin-length bob with no layers and heavy bangs. I know, some stylist probably told you it's classic, that it's easy to maintain, that it's perfect for mature women. But here's what it actually does. It creates a harsh horizontal line right at the widest part of your face, emphasizing jowls and making your face appear wider and heavier. The blunt bangs hide your eyes, your most expressive feature, and create shadows that make you look tired. The lack of layers means no movement, no dimension, just flat, heavy hair that drags everything down. This cut was everywhere in the 1990s, and if you've been wearing some version of it for the last 20 or 30 years, it's time to let it go. It's not serving you anymore. It's making you look dated, severe, and older than you are. The good news? Any of the 5 cuts I showed you today can replace it and give you an instant upgrade, taking action on your transformation. So here's what I want you to do. Look at these 5 haircuts again.
Really look at them.
Which one made your heart skip a beat? Which one made you think, I could see myself in that? That's the one you should bring to your stylist. But, and this is crucial, you need to make sure you're going to a stylist who understands mature hair. Not someone who's going to give you the same cut they give their 20-year-old clients. Not someone who's going to talk you out of what you want because of your age. You need someone who gets that your hair has different needs now, that the texture has changed, that what worked at 40 doesn't work at 60. When you go for your consultation, bring photos. Don't be shy about showing exactly what you want. Talk about your lifestyle, how much time you realistically have for styling, what kinds of events you attend, whether you exercise regularly and need something that looks good after a workout. A good stylist will listen and adapt the cut to fit your life. And here's something else. This isn't a one-time transformation. These cuts need maintenance. Book your next appointment before you leave the salon. Commit to keeping up with it. Because here's what I've seen happen. Women get an amazing new cut. They look fantastic, they feel incredible, and then they let it grow out for 6 months and wonder why they're not feeling that magic anymore. These cuts work because of their shape. Maintain the shape, maintain the magic. Your next chapter starts now. I want to leave you with this thought. You've earned every year that's brought you to this moment. You've raised families, built careers, weathered storms, celebrated victories, survived losses. You've accumulated wisdom that no 20-year-old possesses. You've developed a sense of self that only comes from truly living. Why on earth would you hide all of that behind a hairstyle that makes you invisible? Why would you accept looking tired, dated, or like you've given up when you're actually thriving? This isn't about chasing youth or denying your age. This is about honoring where you are right now and presenting yourself in a way that reflects the vibrant, elegant, valuable woman you are. These 5 haircuts are tools. They're ways to take the external and make it match the internal. Because I'm willing to bet that inside, you don't feel 60, 70, or whatever number the calendar says. You feel ageless. You feel like yourself, just with more experience. Let your hair reflect that. If this video has inspired you, if you're ready to book that salon appointment and finally get a cut that makes you feel like the elegant, valuable woman you are, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel because I'm here creating content specifically for women like us. Women who refuse to become invisible, who believe their best years are happening right now, who understand that elegance and sophistication only get better with age. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 5 haircuts you're going to try. Are you brave enough for the elevated pixie? Are you ready for the transformative asymmetrical lob? I want to hear from you. And if you have a friend who needs to see this, someone who's been wearing the same hairstyle for 20 years and needs a gentle push towards something amazing, share this video with her. Sometimes we all need permission to invest in ourselves. Your transformation starts with a decision. Make it today. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going to talk about the hair colors that make these cuts look even more expensive and elegant. You won't want to miss it.